we have a special guest, the man who made the man, Brian Norman Sr. himself. How you doing today, Pops?
All right, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Can't complain. Can't complain. Good to have you with us today. So let's get right into it. Let's start with how your career was and your background in boxing and what got you into boxing, and was your father prevalent in your career as how you are would be?
No, absolutely not. No, my dad cool. Me and my dad cool, but no boxing and none of that. No, none of that. Mike Tyson. It was Mike Tyson that did it. Watching Mike Tyson, and I was about 7 years old, 6, 7 years old. Mike Tyson versus Michael Spinks.
Okay.
That was the first thing that made me love boxing or whatever from the start. My grandmama. My daddy actually sent me to, like, I was getting in trouble and shit. My daddy sent me to live. Cussing out, right?
No, you good.
All right. So my daddy sent me to live with my grandmama, and she asked me, of course, they want to keep you busy. She asked me what I wanted to do. I want to box. So right. That's who put me in boxing when I was about 15. So that's how I started. But then I started having kids and shit, and the rest is history. And then when I turned 21, I got back into boxing. B was born. B my fourth child. So I had B, my fourth child, at 21. You feel what I'm saying? And that's when I got back into boxing and started that. So I pretty much had a late start, because I started at 15, had the long ass gap, 6 years, started back, did what I could do with that. You know what I'm saying? I was raising 4 kids by myself, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And then, so I worked a full-time job, raised them. And then I caught vertigo, eardrum. My eardrum got busted and never really fully healed, still not fully healed. So that's why I had to end up stopping. You know what I'm saying? But when I stopped, he wanted to keep going. And my oldest son did too. He wanted to keep going, and here we are.
So how was it raising 4 kids at 21?
Shit.
Like how were you able to maintain?
I don't know.
B spoke about that, and he spoke
know.
to the testament of you and the type of man that you were, that you were able to do that.
Because I just, it's like bills. If you ever think about bills, you ever think about what you got to pay?
No, I just got to pay it.
Huh?
I just know I got to pay it. I got to do what I got to do.
And that's how I am now. Right. When you're used to thinking about what you got, oh man, I got to do this, and that shit's stressful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think about none of that shit. I don't think about no bills. I don't think about raising no kids. I don't think about nothing. You just got to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just put your nose down, put your head down, and shit, let's go get it. That's it. I never thought about it. True story. Never, even when I think back about some of the shit I did, and with raising them, and with like some of my days was ridiculous, bro. Like I worked AT&T, 24-hour call, everything else. I would have to be at work, leave work, go get one of my sons from school, take him to his job, go back to that school. These were long distances. Go back to that school, get my other daughter from track practice, and then take her home, then get B, take him back to the gym, and then go back to work. True story, bro. I don't know how the hell I did none of that shit. I just did it.
Well, on the bright side, it most definitely paid off.
Yeah,
it most definitely paid off. And I know you mentioned that you had an older son that boxed. Yeah. So is that DeAndre?
DeAndre.
So DeAndre, what made him stop? What happened with his career? What made him not continue?
I mean, I don't know if he had the love for it, like B did, and like I did. He could have. I can't say. We never really spoke on that. It was just, I guess, a timing. I'm gonna say a timing thing. It's just a timing thing, and I guess it just wasn't his time, or he just wasn't ready to pursue it fully like he needed to at that time. So I gotta leave it. I can't speak for him about why he didn't continue it. You know what I'm saying? The opportunity was given, just like it was given to B. I made B quit. I made my oldest son and B quit at the same time. Almost. It was like this. Like I'm saying, I gotta do what I gotta do, but they're making my job hard on their side.
Right.
So, for example, B, if I tell you, be your ass up at 10 o'clock in the morning, you know what I'm saying? So that we got to go spar or whatever. And I come in there and you sleeping, I'm trying to wake you up, and you've been up playing the game all night. It's on Saturday morning.
Right.
It's a true story. Wake up, we got to go. They're waiting on us. He don't want to get up. B, you got to figure out what the hell, you going to play games or you going to fucking fight? That motherfucker say, I'm going to play games. That's what he said.
I mean, but that's what most kids gonna say.
I'm gonna play games. Nah, I took that shit as nothing. Right. And I left and went back to doing what I was doing. Man, run it, over with. You ain't gotta say no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna force you to take my help. I ain't gonna force you to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna force my help on you.
Right.
Same thing with my oldest son. We had, a couple of discrepancies in the gym and one of his fights in the gym, and Same thing. It was pretty much the same company. I ain't gonna go into details on that.
Okay.
Because some of the stuff's still around and some of the people still around. But it was pretty much the same thing. It was like kind of an argument, like you need to figure out what the fuck you gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Right, most definitely.
Blah blah blah. Or you fucking quit. You chose to quit. Run it. You gotta say no more.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Again, I got too much shit going on anyway. I don't give a shit whether you fight or not. That wasn't my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm gonna make it regardless. I'm here to help you. If you don't want my help, then hey, shit, go find something else to do.
Right.
And that's what they chose to do, I guess. So, you know, it is what it is.
And so what age was it when you forced B to quit?
B? 12.
Yeah, 12.
He was 12.
And so how long was the break until he got back into
year and a half. I wouldn't let him. He kept begging me because I wouldn't let him. Year and a half. And then when he came back, I wouldn't train him. He went. That's when he started over at a hot gym over at Grand 12. We was gone. He was gone from 10 to 12. So it was like a year and a half because the gym we was at, which was the original Granite City, it was in Lithonia. That was the original Granite City. So I made him quit, and it ended up going out of business anyway. And then Big Daddy, Big Tito, he took over and started again in Ellenwood. So he started again in Ellenwood. That was when I was like, all right, motherfucker, because B had already been begging me anyway. I was like, all right, well, I'm going to give you another chance. So I gave him another chance. He went over there. He started fighting or whatever with them or whatever. I wouldn't really train him like that. I'd take him, drop him off. But like I said, you done already showed me that you don't have the interest that I need you to have for me to, you know what I'm saying, do what I need to do. Now, when I jumped back in was he went to the Nationals, first Nationals he ever went to. And he went with the gym. So he went with the gym to the Nationals, whatever the case may be, and everybody remember how he fought with me, and remember how he, you know what I'm saying, how I could drive him and everything else. And they was like, everybody from that gym, from every other gym, everybody was calling me, man, B, you should have seen it, man. He looked damn good, man. He blah, blah, blah. But he lost. He lost at the Nationals. So he was like, man, if you'd have been with him, brother, you'd have won that. And I promise you, from that point on, I went to him the next one, and everyone we went to except one, he won. Right. Every last night, the first night me and him went to, he won. He won 5, and then we lost one in the finals, and then he won another one. So he won like 6. So the ringside was the last one. It was the international title, whatever. And then that's when he went. And that's when he went pro. Yeah, he went pro at 17 years old. Okay, so that, I guess that answers my next question, because I was gonna ask, so at what point was it that you was like, all right, I need to buckle down with B, like B really taking it serious? And 14, yeah. And him starting winning nationals. So the competition just wasn't really there locally. Like was he just kind of washing through everybody? Yeah, and locally wasn't shit. Yeah, not at that point. It was over. Right. Right. Yeah, at that point, ain't no competition. Yeah, locally, regionally, like he went through. Like I say, even with the national that he lost, he couldn't nobody fuck with him in the regional, the state, the regional. Only took the national. I think that was his name was LeVar Carter. I think he was out of. I don't know what the hell he was out of. He don't even box no more. I looked him up before to see what he was doing. He ain't even boxing no more, whatever. Oh, wow. But that was the only guy that beat him in the amateur. And that was within the last 10 years or so that I can even think about. He ain't lost a fight in 10 years. Pretty much, damn near. Right, no, most definitely. Yeah, except that one guy with the LeVar Carter or whatever, and it was you know how it go. It wasn't like like he got beat up and then just the judge went his way. That's it. Yeah, I mean, and it happens like that. So was it a close fight though? Like you felt like it could have went? You felt like it should have been? Absolutely. He should have got it. Absolutely. It was some bad judging. That's how I feel. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? They had a unanimous decision, so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it was that B won the fight, clearly. Right. Could have been politics. Who knows? It is what it is. I ain't worried about it. Right, most definitely. Yeah. It's water under the bridge. Water under the bridge. Right. It just make good conversation. Exactly. So what's the process and when he first went pro, like you choosing who to deal with promotion wise? Okay, this guy Cameron Duncan, you can look him up. He dealt with so many champions through the years, man. He passed away now, but he had Terrence Crawford. I can go backwards. I don't know who you know, whatever. How young are y'all? I'm 25. 25. You ain't gonna know some of the people I know. So he had Thomas Gee, the people that you know. Terrence Crawford, Brandon Rios, Mikey Garcia, Kelly Pavlik, you may know Kelly Pavlik. Yeah, I know Kelly Pavlik. I don't know if you know Mark Too Sharp. He had a lot of people, man. He had Boots Ennis, right? Tim Bradley. Yeah. He had everybody. He had everybody. He started everybody. He was known for spotting talent early. And what he did was, what he started to do was, I don't think he didn't have a lot of money. He had money, like he was a millionaire, but he didn't have the kind of money like for promotion type shit, like on Top Rank level and shit like this. So what he started doing, he used to work for Top Rank. So what he started doing was, he really became a talent scout, and then he went on his own, and he would get the fighters early. He'll find them early, 15, 16, scout them out, and he'll take them and build them as fighters. That's what he did with Boots.
Right.
He'll take them and build them as fighters because he already know these guys can fight. So once you got this guy that can fight, you got a good record now, you know what I'm saying? He done already did the leg work on that end. So then he take them to the bigger promotional companies. Here you go. That's what you look at. Terence Crawford first 20 fights. Go look at it. Okay. Tomato cans. So, I mean, same like I said with the rest I just named, tomato cans. But he knew these guys could fight. He knew that Terence Crawford could fight. He knew that Boots could fight. You feel what I'm saying? But he just built them just to, to get, because the normal public, all they understand is numbers.
Right.
Oh man, this got 20-0 with 20 knockouts. You feel what I'm saying? But they don't realize
the quality of talent that he
fought at
the
time, right? But like I said, he knows. I mean, he knows he can actually fight. So when it's time to step up, he gonna be able to step up. You know what I'm saying? Or they gonna the guys, the fighters, period, are gonna be able to step up, and and that's how it went. That's what he was known for doing. So Cameron Duncan scouted him early, 15 years old. I told him, hell no, fuck you mean? You know what I'm saying? And I told him no. So then he was like, all right. He gave me some kind of documentary he had on Netflix. Told me to watch it. I watched it. It was about how they do it in the Olympics and how dirty, the fight game is. And it was all correct. I mean, everything he wasn't telling them lies. Everything he was saying was correct. So what they ended up doing was, when my son turned 17, they changed the rules. You had to be 19 to even do the Golden Gloves, or even do advanced tournaments from that point on. It was fucking pointless. So that's was like, all right, you got it, bro. Fuck it. So like a week after he turned 17, I hadn't talked to him. He was 15 years old. A week after he turned 17, I don't know if he put that shit in his calendar or what. A week after he turned 17,
he called
me back. I said, well, damn.
He was waiting on.
He was waiting on that shit. Yeah. So he called me back. He's like, hey, so we talked about this, and I said, let me make a phone call. I made a phone call, found out about the rules. That's when they changed the rules. I'm like, you know what, bro? Fuck it, it is what it is, and we went and had to sign with him. You know what I'm saying? And
then, because I was wondering, like, I know that had to be kind of like jolting, like you said, he kind of young, and it's a new experience, just him becoming pro like that. But the way it happened, I mean, that seemed like it was just God's plan.
Oh, absolutely. Everything that transpired all the way to this point has been God's plan. There's so many things that I can tell you that lined up as a puzzle piece that was completely God's plan. Even from me getting fired from my job that I just told you I had to, the full-time job, to I got fired the damn year I just told you that it was time for me to go to the National and start traveling with him.
Right.
But I had already had my own shit going. So I had already had my own shit going for 2 years, and it took off, ironically, at the same time. So I was able to travel. Yeah, I was able to travel. Right. You feel what I'm saying? So I was able to do all that shit. I wouldn't have had to worry about taking off from work or nothing else. You know what I'm saying? So everything came together. Everything came together like it was supposed to be. Told the guy Cameron Duncan that he loved to fight. That's what he did. His first year of pro, he had to fight every single month. He had 12 fights his first year. He was 12-0 his first year. 12-0, 11 knockouts, some shit like that the first year.
Right.
So, I mean, it was all good.
Right, most definitely. And I mean, and his career is to be admired. Like, like you said, I don't think a lot of people understand that B is only 23 years old.
Right.
A lot of people feel like he's way older than what he is.
Right.
And everything that he's accomplished, like I said, it's a lot of fighters locally and globally that's way older than him has been accomplished quite what he's accomplished.
Right.
And close yet.
And he getting flack. He getting flack from it. And with them not realizing he's 23, like I read comments sometimes, like, damn, I didn't realize he was 23. Yeah, you giving him all this shit. And right. I'm 23 years old.
Right. Then it make you feel stupid. Because I even kind of felt the same, like I was telling B when he was fighting Quentin Randall. The commentating on him, even though it's not talked about his hand, and nobody's looking here to make excuses, even though it was a real factor. I'm like, people don't even understand what he's coming off of and his age, and look at how he's able to handle this adversity and continue to push through, and then at the end of the day get his hand raised.
I respect your observation, and that's absolutely right. But for some reason, I think people just don't want to see it. I think people just love the drama. It's bigger to get drama than props.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Until you get to a certain level. Even now, you get to Like just for example, to segue out real quick, with a Deontay Wilder, I was thinking about it on the way up here. With Deontay Wilder, and I was one of them guys. Deontay Wilder was like 42 or 43 and 0 or some shit like that with like 40 knockouts.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking
crazy.
That's crazy.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Now I used to be the same guy. I used to be the same guy. I was one of these guys, but again, I checked myself. I was one of them guys that, man, that motherfucker can't fight. He ain't got no skills. And I'm looking at it. So from that point on, once you say that, you're looking for that motherfucker to lose. So every fight, Luis Ortiz, you're looking for him to lose. You're looking for him to get his ass whooped. You're looking for a good boxer. Right. Luis Ortiz, in particular, this was an Olympic boxer. Boxing the shit out of him until Wilder showed up again and knocked his ass out. Right. You get what I'm saying? So I said, you know what, bro? I had to check myself. Like, you got to respect that. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, he's still in there with all these good fights. These are grown-ass men. These are men in the top. You know what I mean? He can only fight who he can fight. And he knocking out all of them. I don't give a shit what they boxing, how they boxing, how wild you want to say he is. He doing that shit.
He got the job done.
He got the job done. You feel what I'm saying? So, again, you know, we can argue whatever. So, at this point, like I said, going back to my son, at this point, I think it's more so like even now when he just beat Giovanni Santillon, you see some people saying, oh, man, when he did all this, and they try to find that what it is people want to be right. They want to be right so much they just look for excuses and reasons, and that's why
they oblivious to the obvious.
Right, they're oblivious to the obvious. Even with Floyd, they just look to be right. So the next fight is me looking to tell you he ain't shit.
Right, I'm looking for something.
I'm looking for something to tell you. I told you he wasn't shit.
I told that Jab wasn't what it was.
I told you, and that's only really because their first thought was fucking wrong, right, and they don't want to admit it was wrong. Right. So now they just got to keep looking for the next one to prove. Right. Watch when this happens. Watch when he fight the top. Giovanni was a fucking killer to these. I read the comment. You go look through any top rank comment in Gio by knockout, Gio by murder, Gio by. You know, I want $50,000. Like I said, I want a lot of money off this shit. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was coming. You know what I mean? I was like, shit, run it. You know what I mean? I'm waiting. You know, I had the best kept secret to myself because I'm like, these people don't know what I know. I told a couple people, and they won money too. Right. I said, listen, bro, I ain't gonna tell you a lot, bro. Beef finna fuck him up. I said, I'm just telling you now. I know the style. I know how B is. I knew this. I knew, so I knew. I said, Beef finna fuck him up, bro.